The food scale. So what's the purpose of it? In a context of losing weight, gaining weight, or just improving body composition, the food scale can be a massive tool to have in your toolbox. Now, I want to go through a quick thought exercise here that's going to help you understand really the utility of the food scale. All right. So want to think of an example of building a home. So you've got the property, right? You've got the massive land, and you have all of the different equipment needed. So you've got the lumber, you've got the nails, all of that, but you need tools. So now we want to think our body is that land, right? So now the hammer, okay, we're going to think of a hammer. We need that to build a home, and that's what we want to think of the food scale as. It is a tool to reach the end point of building a home, or in this case would be having a dream physique or reaching your goals, whatever that may be, losing 30, 40, 50 pounds. The food scale is really going to be important. Of course, now when you reach that goal, whatever that may be, now you've got the home, right? You can put the hammer in the garage, aka you can put the food scale away. You're not going to need that as much to maintain the weight. But if you want to improve the home, if you want to make an extension to the home, if you want to cut down, now you've reached that goal body weight and you're like, man, I think I could lose another 10, 15 pounds. Perfect. You've got the food scale and you have the tool that's going to help you. So how does this help us lose weight? How does the food scale itself help us lose weight? Well, it's information. So whatever we cannot track, we cannot improve. What we can't measure, we cannot improve. If we don't control the inputs, we cannot control the outputs. So the food scale is going to help us build a relationship with food. That is really important. Many of us will eat and think and blame certain things like a carbohydrate. Man, I'm eating too many carbs. But if you don't weigh it and really understand what you are eating, it's going to be very, very difficult to then be able to blame anything. Many times I see in people, and it's been this case myself, fat is actually the macronutrient out of the three: protein, fat, and carbohydrates that is overeaten many times. And the reason behind that is a lot of it is processed food, okay, right? So processed food that typically you're blaming carbohydrates for all those cases, the cupcakes, the brownies, all that stuff, right? You're thinking, man, carbs and sugar. But really, a lot of that is the fat. And then when we come into cooking our own food in the home, right? You're cooking your own food. You're like, man, I'm cooking whatever. I'm cooking some salmon. I'm cooking some rice. I'm cooking some beef. But I'm not really losing the weight. Why is that? Well, that's a great question. That's probably because of the fat. Okay, a lot of times people are cooking foods in a lot of fat. And myself, I love using grass-fed butter. I love using olive oil, things like that. But in excess, right, those are going to have a lot of calories built up. And the food scale can just help you with that. So when you're using any oils to cook, anything to season, make things taste better, instead of using 3 tablespoons of butter, perfect, we can weigh out 1. Wow, that still tastes pretty good. I'm going to squeeze out some lemon. I can use other tools in the toolbox, aka seasoning, another great tool, to help me reach my goal body weight, to help me reach the goal physique, to help me reduce my blood pressure, my cholesterol, the hip pain, the ankle pain, the knee pain, the back pain, all of those things. So the food scale is a great tool. Okay, there's other tools in the toolbox: exercise, 10-minute walks, strength training. Any of those things are massive tools. Sleep, another massive tool. Just like on the work site, building the home, you need more than just a hammer, right? But if you don't have a hammer, it's gonna be damn hard to build a home. So that's the importance of the food scale, okay? Focus on really, when you're tracking it, okay, initially just building a relationship with food. Okay, we're not here to starve ourselves. This isn't some starvation diet that I like to use with clients, okay? It is being cognizant of the foods you eat, eating whole foods, being full, okay? We want to eat as much as we can while still losing weight in that setting, and that's most of the people I help is weight loss. So we want to eat as much as we can while still losing weight. And we want to focus on weighing the food, being cognizant of what we eat. And eventually, when you reach that dream physique, okay, when you reach that home, you built that dream home, you don't need the hammer anymore. And that's the same way. By the time you lose the weight you want to lose, whether that's 3, 6 months, okay, from there, you understand you've weighed in your food for whatever, 90 to 180 days. You don't really need to weigh it in anymore, because you know what 8 ounces of, say, steak looks like. You know what your serving of oatmeal looks like that you need. You know what rice looks like, okay? You know how much olive oil you need. And then if you see a little spike in that weight again, perfect. No worries at all. We've got a tool for that, and it's still in the garage, man. So that is the purpose of the food scale. I hope this helps. If you're trying to figure out, man, I don't know how much to eat. I don't know how much to weigh. I don't know exactly really like what to do. I have a food scale. It only costs $10 on Amazon, but like, how do I do all this? How do I make a plan so I can lose the weight and not have to spend 3 freaking hours just trying to weigh my food and figure out the exact perfect thing. If you need some guidance with that, feel free to hit me up. From Line Man to Lean Man Coaching, you can hit me at Jack Klink. I'm on Instagram, Jack_Klink, and on all the social medias, Jack_Klink. But I'm here to help you lose weight, okay? Myself personally started at 305 pounds in late 2021, okay? I was a former Division I offensive lineman, and cut down about 225 pounds, and a food scale was an integral part of that process, helping many guys lose 50 pounds plus right now. And the food scale is a great tool to use to reach that dream home, that dream physique, and I hope that helps. Bye.